rico namora pobre.
The Night Witch is a delightfully stressful combination between Metroidvania and Bullet Hell. This is a combination I would like to call Bulletvania. The Night Witch is also a deck builder as well. The game was created by Super Mega Team and published by Team 17. The Night Witch was released November 29th, 2022. The devs and publisher gave me a free key. Thank you. I really appreciate that. All life could have ended 14 years ago, and it almost did. The world for a while was under a single banner, the House of Daigadai. They believed in science and progression, but after some time, the resources dwindled, and they had to do unspeakable things to the planet. Because of that, a group of rebels, called the Children of Gaia, tried to save the planet, but it wasn't enough. However, when the Night Witches awoke, Faruru, the Conjurer, Skyra, the Weapon Master, Irene, the Trickster, and Robin, the Angel of Destruction, were the last beacon of hope. Through everybody's connection and trust to the Night Witches and Robin, she was able to deal the final blow to stop the Daigadai way of life. 14 years later, in the present, is where we meet our protagonist, Rain, the Night Witch that couldn't. As I said, I called the Night Witch a Bulletvania, with deck building elements. You'll be dodging bullets while shooting your own. You'll get a dash a little bit later in the game, but not too far away. But of course you need to know it's not something you have off the jump. There are also many different types of spell cards in the game to fit whatever your playstyle is. You'll be leveling up through the links that you obtain through talking with NPCs. You can either choose Knight or Witch. The Knight side will have bullet damage and some other passives revolving around that. The Witch side will revolve around spell card damage, and of course other passives as well. There are more features to the game that make it what it is, but I do not want to overwhelm you here. I've spoken about the Night Witch before in Volume 10 of my demo festival. My opinion still stands. The art is fantastic. God, she's so thick. But, anyway. The second go around let me notice the models didn't exactly emote like the chat boxes did. And that's not a deal breaker by any means. But it was just weird seeing Rain happy in a scene, yet her default animation's worried and, looking to make sure she doesn't get jumped. In fact, the issues I have with the game do not ruin the game for me. One of those issues come from the ambush areas, but specifically 2 of them in one level. In the Night Witch, you'll encounter ambushes every now and then. In other words, you'll get jumped. The concept itself isn't the issue. However, we have the water level having 2 sections where you're forced to fight in a smaller area without a dash because you're in a submarine. Having to beat those sections were probably the worst of my experiences with the game. I'm not quite sure how you can go about and fix it, but maybe you could let the player dash with some iframes of some kind. Maybe you can increase the size of the area, or you can even decrease the enemy spawns. Those 2 moments in the game were the only points I was straight up not having fun. And I gotta say, that's pretty good. To only have 2 small sections of a game that is 15 hours, for me at least, be the worst. Another issue I had with the Night Witch is its story, but specifically with Rain's past. You see, in this game, we are only told from the other characters that they all trained together, but we're never shown this. If you gave us cutscenes of small interactions between all the women, it would make me feel for the characters more. Remember, they don't have to be a fully animated cutscene. The in-game models would do just fine, but I feel like it should be conveyed in some way. You can even make those cutscenes in comic form if you want. Lastly, Runic Bomb is garbage. Plain and simple. Let me explain. When you cast the spell, the bomb will appear exactly on your character. You move back and shoot it and it explodes. That's it. This thing is kinda just useless. So I have an idea to make it better. When you activate the spell, it will slowly drift towards the direction you are aiming. At that point, you can actually aim it at somebody and get a group of enemies killed. Leaving it alone as is, I think it's a bad idea, because literally anything else is better. For issues I have with the game, that's really it. The Night Witch, for me, was a great experience as a whole. The gameplay was really interesting. Just because I built one way didn't mean I was stuck building that way. I could experiment with other cards and adjust to the different battles, and I loved it. Great job on making this game. I mean it. Great job on making this game. And that's all I have to say about The Night Witch. If I got you interested in the game and you want to play it, you can get it on Steam for $19.99 normally. While ultimately, that choice is yours to make. I highly recommend the game. Anyway, that's it from me. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching this video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to this channel. It would mean a lot if you did. And if you want updates on what I'm going to do next, please follow me on Twitter.